Bernard Tobin here at the Canadian Dairy Expo, and it's always great to sit down and talk with Dr. Tim Henshaw from EastGen, noted veterinarian. Tim, you've been coming to the show a long time. How is this one shaping up?
This is a really good show, Bernard, and yes, thanks for the opportunity to speak. I've been coming to CDX since its inception. This is the seventh year of CDX, and I work for EastGen, a farmer-owned cooperative, and we're proud to be one of the founding partners of the CDX. This is a really good opportunity for farmers to meet, to network, to see what's available, what's new, and to talk to other farmers and say what's working, what could work better for you. So it's a real good information exchange program. Plus, it's an opportunity for farmers to see the suppliers of a variety of products all in one place. So it makes really good use of their time to talk to a number of people and make a wise choice.
You talked about, obviously, the opportunities for farmers to meet, and one of the things that you're very passionate about is the dairy story, the farmer story, and how they share that story. And you've been talking with a lot of people here, encouraging them, I guess, to share what's happening on their farms with consumers, with their neighbors. What are you telling people?
Well, there's been a huge change in the way that people get their information, such as through this information tool. But people are telling our stories, and we need to be telling our own stories. When I see something in the media that I know something about, and I see how that story is skewed, it really makes me question a lot of things that I'm hearing. So I think it's really important for us as primary producers, members of the agricultural population, to get our story out. So many things in this world, people want to make us afraid of something or to tell us who is to blame for it. And I think that agriculture's had a really bad rap. We have 1.7% of the population are active farmers, but in reality 100% of the population want to eat 3 times a day. And so it's really important that we get our message out that we, in animal agriculture, that we have animals that are well cared for, that we have animals that are disease-free, that we have animals that we've done preventive medicine procedures to, so they will be very healthy, and so that they will be productive and profitable. And we do this not just to make them productive and profitable, but we do this because this is the right thing to do. Animal agriculture is really important. It's an important provider of protein for the world population. It's also an important provider of the many products that livestock are put into. The list is boundless. But it's also important the manure that they produce, which fertilizes the soil, which produces a number of different crops. So it's really important for us to get our story out there.
Talk about, I guess, the conversations you have with farmers. Whether it's cow comfort, whether it's animal health, whether it's medication management. What stories do farmers need to tell, and what are, I guess, most of the questions that you get as a veterinarian?
Well, we have a series of guidelines in the dairy industry that we follow, and this is under the Pro-Action mandate. And so we're really wanting to target areas of cow comfort, not just because it's better for the cow, but because it's the right thing to do. So we're looking at things like different type of mats or bedding for the animals to be laying on. We want to make sure that we have adequate stall space. We want to make sure that we have proper ventilation for the control of disease. We want to make sure that we have back scratchers, things of this nature, not only for parasite control, but also to alleviate any problems that the cow may have. So we've made huge strides over the last 20 years in cow comfort. And because of the strides in cow comfort, combined with the genetic advantages plus other management tools, we've been able to increase the amount of milk produced per cow. And when we increase the amount of milk produced per cow, we lower the carbon footprint. There is more milk produced now with approximately 1/3 animals than there were 20 years ago in Canada. And so when we produce more with less input, it's better for everyone, it's better for resources, it's better for our carbon footprint.
Final question for you, and that is, you walked around the show here. 7th year, the show has grown, 16,000 producers expected through. Talk about, I guess, some of the innovations that you see from down on the floor here, from a cow comfort perspective, from a herd health management. A lot of this show is about managing the health of animals.
Absolutely. And we've made huge strides in the last 10 years. Certainly the first robotic milkers were introduced, where these are voluntary systems. The cow, people don't understand that the cow wants to be milked. The cow needs to be milked. And with the robotic system, it takes the timing away from us and puts it on her. So she goes to be milked when she wants to be milked. Some of the other things that have come in the last few years, one is the robot feeding systems. So where you have a number of commodities, and these are all measured out by a machine, they are all mixed together by a machine, and they are delivered by robot. And so this really frees up the time of the farmer to do other things too. And when the animals are fed properly and fed more often, with increased feed intake, we get increased production. But many of the things that go to help with cow comfort are to increase the livability for that animal. And we, again, as I said before, we want to look after cow comfort, not only because it affects productivity and profitability, but because it's the right thing to do. Animals are resources that we need to use wisely.
You talked about how things have changed even just in the period of this show. Where are we going to be in 10 years? I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of questions, but from a cow comfort perspective, from an animal health perspective, what kind of leap can we make, should we make, will we make?
Well, we're very market-driven, and one of the big pushes that I see is that there's a real trend towards grass-fed beef and grass-fed milk. So we may be having animals that are spending more time on soil as opposed to in a confined livestock operation. Confined livestock operations will really allow us to control our disease pathogen level, and certainly though, but this is one of the trends that I see. I think we'll see an increase in mechanization. We'll see an increase in the size of the farm units that we're operating. The average farm in Ontario is 84 cows, and with our supply management system, this provides for one or maybe two families, and this is a really important system.
Well, great insights, Dr. Tim. Thank you. Always great to catch up with you and enjoy the show.
Thanks a lot, Bernard, and look forward to seeing you again.